I want you to listen to this. Todd Wooten is one of the more exceptional people I've ever met in my life. He's basically a financial planner in the truest sense. He actually does plan financially for people. And Todd, I'm not allowed to say what you told me in confidence and privacy, basically in terms of what you earned last month. But you know, the bottom line, it's a big number, guys. It's a big number. And so the question I got for you is, even though that's a big number, why are you now looking for partners to do Univera with you?
Well, Al, that's a great question. And one is, I think that the company and the products and what they do. Two, it's your mentorship. You're willing to invest in us and the many lives that you've impacted. But there's 3 rules of money for any of us. And the first is cash flow. That's what we do. We trade hours for dollars and earn a cash flow. But the second rule of money with the wealthy is leverage. Take the least amount to create the most. The third rule is an exit strategy. It's either us at work or our money at work. And this business provides a tremendous amount of cash flow, leverage, and an exit strategy. And it gives us that health freedom, that time freedom, and that money freedom. And I just think it's great to be a part of this association, your mentorship, the products that you folks offer, and the opportunity to really create time and money to do those things that are really important in our lives.
You know, Todd, I know you've got unfulfilled dreams. As much money as you've made, as much success as you've had, the bottom line is where you live right now is not where you want to retire or basically have your base of operation at some point in time. Is this, by the way, if there's someone in there I shouldn't be saying this about, I want to know, but the reality is that you're looking for 4 business partners, aren't you?
I am, yes, sir. And I've got one in this room right here, my son. And what a privilege and an honor to have him with me and to be a part of this.
Well, good. Then I didn't spill my beans too bad on that, so that's good. This is a good thing. So, okay, so last question for you is just this. We talked a little bit about goals, and we talked about vision. I know that you are well-read. You teach and preach this stuff till the cows don't come home. Talk to us about what you see the difference between goals and vision that really makes a difference in the type of business we're part of.
Boy, those 2 words are so powerful, Al. And I think of the phrase, you're either walking in your vision or your circumstance. You can't walk in both. And I know often I've walked in my circumstance way more than I want to. But you know as well as I do, or any of us on this call, that when we're in the hunt, when things are flowing, when things are working, everything we touch turns to gold. It's a lot of times we're walking in our vision. But there are times too that we need that faith. Faith is positive expectation surrounded by negative forces. And so when I think of goals or think of a vision, as a pilot, you love to fly, I love to fly. And if I'm going to take a trip, the quickest way to get there from point A to point B is a straight line. But life's never perfect. And so with that being said, we're constantly correcting and adjusting. I look at goals as checkpoints. So it keeps me closer to where I'm going, keeps me focused to where I want to be, where I want to end up. And as a pilot, I've got winds of loft, magnetic heading, speed, fuel burn, weight, all those different things. And so the more focused I'm on my vision, the quicker I'm going to get there. And so life to me is like flying. If you'd allow me just an analogy, as a pilot, you ask yourself, what is it that this plane gets off the ground? There's 4 forces of flight. One is thrust, lift, drag, and weight. And when weight and drag dominate, my plane stays on the ground. I'm not going anywhere. Or you may see those that get off the runway and bounce back down, up and down, or they get just barely above the tree lines. Life hands them a curveball and they stall. They buy the farm. But when you have thrust, you create lift. Lift creates altitude. So when you have altitude, you have a vision, you have a view, you've got options and choices. So when life hands you that curveball, you've got room to correct and to adjust. And in life, the four forces of flight for vision is your thrust is your commitment, your vision is your lift, drag is other people's opinion, and weight is your circumstance. So if I allow other people's opinion or my circumstance dominate, my plane will stay on the ground, or I'm just barely above the tree lines. But when my commitment is strong enough to my vision, it creates lift. Now the world is my oyster. Now I can see things, go places, and do things. So we've got to not allow drag and weight to dominate our vision of where we're going in life, but to be committed to that vision, which creates the blessings, and we can get to where we want to go. So as a pilot, I'm always looking for, or my way to communicate is around the airplane.